Well, let me just tell you my best Norm MacDonald story.
All right.
So I know him. I knew him a long time, and he gets the gig at the ESPYS, and I get hired. And Norm uh, was and is a degenerate gambler,
Yeah.
and I was a degenerate gambler, but I had stopped, and kind of recently at that point.
Mm-hmm.
And like for a couple of years. And so when Norm was of the Saturday Night Live mentality, which is that you just hang out. So his writers hung out with him. So it was me, Stilson, Jeff Stilson,
Mm-hmm.
Frank Sebastiano, who wrote for us for years, very underrated joke guy. Ross Abrash, who was pretty damn good. And oh my God, I'm thinking, and his partner, he was also good. So we would hang out. So, you're just yakking with, and Norm nobody has his mind. So I'm talking to him about trying to live a life one day at a time without gambling. And I say to him, what I tried like a month ago, and I didn't think I'd like it, and I love it. And Norm said, cock. And I laughed, and I thought, I have to remember this formula. I have to remember this formula, because no one would come up with that.
Right.
5 years later, I'm working out with a trainer, and he says to me, you should start running. I said, I'm no good at it. I'm a sprinter. I'm not. He said, look, you should run with someone who's a runner, and that way they do all the talking, and you just kind of keep up with them. I have a guy who I train. He ran in high school, and he's looking for somebody to run with. He's a nice guy. So great. So we start running around the reservoir in Manhattan. And he's a lovely guy. And he was what we call a civilian. He was not in show business or anything, and so he would just talk about work, and he would talk, he was in finance or something. So we're running around the reservoir, and I'm just trying to keep up with him. It's like the third or fourth time that we've done it. And he's telling me about work. He said, hey, what I tried like a month ago, and I never thought I'd like it, and I love it. And I go, cock? He doesn't say anything for the rest of the route. Now we're walking down Fifth Avenue on the cool down, and he says to me, hey, listen, about that cock remark, I'm gay, don't you? And I say, well, I know now. And I thank Norm MacDonald for that story.